I knew this would happen. And now everybody's talking about Britney's soon-to-be ex-husband, Sam Asghari, allegedly threatening to release extraordinarily embarrassing Britney Spears info if the prenup is not renegotiated. But why is no one talking about this? Why is Britney Spears hiring Laura Wasser, the same one who did not help her keep her kids and did nothing to stop the conservatorship? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and as we broke yesterday and confirmed, it seems to be true. Yes, all the outlets are now reporting. Sources everywhere, sources of my own, are all saying yes, the relationship is over. They will be separating, and now it seems both Britney and Sam have hired divorce lawyers, are waiting for filings, waiting for official word. And there's now a lot of rumors, and honestly, I don't want to wade in all these rumors. It's just so sad what's happening. I feel for her and him, and to an extent. Now, if this is true,
piss off, you cowbag.
Now, I never really believed the whole Sam thing. It did seem like he was a prop. It honestly always felt that way, but I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Look, I imagine the whole thing's not easy to deal with. Britney's through a lot. Her family's a lot to deal with. There's a lot to deal with. I genuinely believe that. And if this man stays quiet, if this man doesn't cause any trouble, and this man goes away peacefully and respectfully, well, then he and I aren't going to have any problems. However, if this is true, we're going to have a lot of problems, Sam. This is not going to happen on my watch. And I'm curious where this is coming from. Is this true? It's very easy for us to buy this narrative, right, and just make Sam the villain, and he may be, but there's something more troubling for me right now that I think we should be focusing on, and that's this. Why did Britney Spears hire Laura Wasser? Now, for those of you who don't know who Laura Wasser is, she's the disso queen, as TMZ's Harvey Levin has credited her. And Laura, look, I'm going to be speculating here a little bit. Feel free to reach out, correct the record. I do not want anything misinformation. I know you're a very powerful attorney, but I got questions, and I'm confused because, and I got a prop Britney fan, Britney Hiatus over here, who put a thread out last year. A very well put together thread. Now, there's some stuff in here I can't confirm. Some of this does seem like maybe over speculating and maybe mean, but I want to read this through so you guys can see why I have some concern of why would Britney hire Laura Wasser? Especially when you got Christopher Melcher out there. I'm just saying, he has not told me to say anything. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I'm gonna. You should hire Christopher Melcher, Britney. My God, if there's anybody out there who has your back and clearly wants to do the right thing, he's shown it time and time again. In our coverage and things here, he believes, I don't know why. Maybe he doesn't want to, I don't know. But Britney, Laura Wasser didn't get you out of the conservatorship. And not only that, whatever problems guys may have had, and maybe Britney was difficult, who knows, but she didn't help you get your kids. And now, Laura, maybe there was a reason where you didn't want Britney, you couldn't help Britney, it was too difficult, etc. But why would you come back, given that? This just seems like you two weren't meant to be, but now you're coming back? Something's off, guys. So here's what I want to break down this stuff. Laura and her dad run a big law firm in Southern California, focuses exclusively on celebrity divorces. They've repped Angelina Jolie, Johnny Depp, Kardashians. Laura was given what should have been a slam dunk case with Britney because she had an ironclad prenup with Kevin Federline. He didn't even have a job, stable income. Kevin will, it's ironclad, says Harvey Levin. Kevin will get several $1 million, but Britney, the people around her, have done the job she needed to protect the bulk of her wealth. Eric's differences and asked for custody of the couple's children. As divorce proceedings unfold, it's likely that Federline will challenge the prenup agreement and he could ask for custody of the children, but it's unlikely to be successful in either case. This was how the news was reporting it as it all went down. But then things changed. And there's leaked documents, these are court transcripts showing that Laura Wasser was secretly working with Kevin Federline and Larry Rudolph in an intervention where they were planning to dangle Britney's kids in front of her like a carrot in order to get her to enter rehab. This is her divorce attorney. Do we just pretend like this didn't happen? This accusation, this transcript doesn't exist? Leading up to this February intervention, did you have any conversations with Kevin Federline? Yes. How many? I didn't speak to him directly. Spoke in the context of a conference call with other people on the line. Who else was on the call? Dr. Betty, all these people. Laura Wasser, Britney's divorce lawyers on the call. Lynn Spears, Jamie Spears, Brian Spears, and occasionally Kevin Federline. Conference call in which Kevin participated. Did Miss Wasser participate in any of these calls? Yes. And regarding these calls, did anyone else participate? Not that I recall. How many of these conference calls, blah, blah, blah. Was it between you, Laura, and Kevin? Only maybe 2, I'd say, before the intervention. There were both the intervention, how long, 20, 30-minute phone calls that she's having about an intervention. And the idea was that Kevin was going to be there to take the children, assure that it all gone well, and that she did show, and really, it was his demands that were the gasoline for the engine hire, and it was his demands the looming threat of him filing for full custody of the children. That was going to be the carrot that got held in front of Britney to encourage her to do something. Now, Britney fan here, Britney hiatus. I wish you'd come out of hiatus, Britney. We need you now more than ever. Britney hiatus is saying here's a proof. She doesn't even believe in the First Amendment right that divorce, they shouldn't be open. So
you
she
don't
finds
like
loopholes.
that these filings are public. In fact, you don't believe that they should be public.
That's true. And I've gone head to head with some of the news organizations in terms of, weighing the interests. I understand the argument that keeping things public keeps judicial officers from giving preferential treatment or anything else.
Or, corruption, like keeping people in a conservatorship against their will.
I have enough faith in our judicial officers that I don't think they're going to give anyone preferential treatment, whether they're private or public.
I don't. Sorry, Laura. I disagree with you on that one.
And I do think that people have a right. I mean, now we finish a divorce judgment and it says the address of the family, the custody schedule of their kids, the amount of support one
I agree with her on that. There's certain specifics that probably
party's
aren't
paying
nobody's
the other
business.
every month. Every car and piece of art that they receive, that's all available in the public realm. There's something about that doesn't strike me as particularly equitable. Even though these people have opted for a public lifestyle, they should be able to keep some of this stuff private. So we figured out a few loopholes and ways of doing that, but for the most part,
so she's able to do loopholes to protect things. And honestly, there's certain instances, maybe that's fine. I wouldn't disagree on certain things, but let's be on the up and up about it. Let's be transparent and not find loopholes and do it right. But anyway, so she signed a document appointing a court commissioner named Scott Gordon to manage Britney's custody case instead of a real judge. Laura knows Commissioner Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, I think of Batman, because she did a podcast with him in 2020 where she admitted she'd known him for over 17 years.
I want to tell the listeners it's really funny when we were doing our prep call for this last week. So I've known Judge Gordon, has to be for probably 17 years, yes, at least. And I've always called him Judge Gordon. I mean, that's who he is, Judge Gordon, Your Honor. Johnny gets on the phone. He says,
4 years before she agreed to have him be the judge on Britney's case. So she had this relationship with him. Laura was able to negotiate a divorce settlement with Kevin Federline, but soon after appointing Scott Gordon to the case, TMZ announced that Laura Wasser would no longer be serving as Britney's attorney. She may have quit, been fired, we're not sure. She may have decided, we don't know who left on what terms. But then Wasser to Britney, you're someone else's problem now, was how TMZ then put it. And Wasser and Harvey Levin of TMZ also have a very tight relationship. We're going to show that in a second. And this is where things started to go south. Britney was a problem client because she just didn't listen to or follow the advice of Wasser and gave so Spears could maintain custody and end the war. Thought it was ironclad. In spite of her erratic behavior, she was able to hammer out a 50-50 custody split. Small miracle. Now he wants 70-30, and it's no longer Wasser's problem anymore. Here she is leaving the court after Britney's case.
Britney's fine.
So are you stepping down?
We were hired to do a job, and we did it. And from here on in, Marcy Levine at Fried and Goldsman will be handling the custody parts of the case.
Look, I have no doubt that Laura Wasser's not a great divorce attorney. I believe it. But let's not let the history show that this maybe isn't the best relationship for Britney, given that everybody out there, who can she trust? There's too many things here, red flags. I'm like, whether they're true or not here, Laura, why would you take this case again and risk all this happening? Is there some cahoots happening?
Look, what are we going to do about Britney Spears?
Within less than a month, the judge appointed by Laura Wasser made a drastic decision to take Britney's custody of her 2 kids away, gave them to Kevin Federline.
I honestly, I could not believe it this morning.
Can I just tell you that I stayed awake last night?
Did you know about it last night?
Yeah, I saw it on the news, and I stayed awake last night because I was just sick to my stomach over the whole thing.
The court gave the kids to K-Fed.
I mean, it's just like, we're still at this place where as a culture, you can't really fathom the kids being taken away from them.
No, you can't. And that's what we got to remember. This is what happened. Oh, Britney's crazy. They took her damn kids away. And I believe this was a coordinated effort. I believe, my opinion, my conspiracy theory, my whatever, I believe they were all working together to make the money, to keep the money train rolling. Of course, that's going to cause some long-affecting trauma. So she wants to be a stripper. I don't care. I mean, duh. Do not most strippers have trauma from their families? You idiots. People are so inconsiderate. They don't care anymore. Oh, why did she do? Because this is what happened. Unfitney lost her babies. It sickens me. And this woman, now maybe it wasn't her fault. I don't know. But my God, don't get involved again. Clearly this didn't work out the first time, Miss Wasser. Let's keep it a buck. She then tried to regain custody of her kids, but it was blocked by Commissioner Gordon because of a parenting coach named Liz Hacker. Wouldn't you know, same woman who was involved in another one of Laura Wasser's cases between Angelina and Brad. Again, who knows if that means anything. But are you getting a picture here? After putting her under a conservatorship, Britney's dad rehired Laura Wasser back on the case. Britney's hot lawyer is back. Connected to the case tells Disso Queen Laura Wasser is back as her family law attorney, has now the family law attorney. How is this ethical? Court documents we filed today making official. Wasser, you'll recall, is the one who scored joint custody for Britt. Oh, is that how we remember? And then she quit the case after Spears repeatedly ignored her advice. For Wasser to return, it's a signal that the Brit ship is back on an even keel. I mean, to me, that means we've shut her up. We've drugged her. You don't have to worry anymore, Laura. Come join Team Con. I mean, that's just how it looks to me. Am I crazy? Am I crazy, guys? We know, for a fact, Laura's been paid out of Britney's conservatorship. Judge approves over $1 million in legal fees, payments, etc. Britney's lawyer, Michael Flanagan, additionally, judge ordered Laura Wasser a payment of $15,000 was approved. So she didn't. So I guess I don't know who these other ones are working for, and there's still that bond, insurance, etc. But money has been paid. She has an extremely close relationship with Harvey Levin, which makes you question why they've treated Britney so badly since 2007. TMZ even nicknamed Laura the Disso Queen, and she's been involved in their show many times. Disso Queen. She's gotten in tight with them, of course. Using it to her advantage. And here she is with Harvey Levin.
That there are a lot of things that we get that we never, ever put up on our website, and certainly not on our TV shows.
So here's Laura doing damage control for Harvey Levin, that Harvey doesn't post everything. He's a good guy. And that they've known each other for a very long time. And then he shares a story about Britney's divorce, which is, again, weird given that she was the divorce lawyer. Oh, but there's nothing to see here, folks. This is all just regular. Her lawyer's doing podcasts with the head of TMZ when she was literally, this is her client. And let's talk about her. Nothing unethical here. Laura Wasser continued to be paid by Britney's conservatorship as her family law attorney as late as 2018 when Kevin Federline wanted more child support. Meanwhile, Laura never made any serious effort to help end the conservatorship or regain custody of her kids. Never. This is disturbing. And then here's some more. She refused to talk about the conservatorship during the Free Britney movement. Oh, I can't say anything about it. There's an interview with Chelsea Handler. And then they try to get into, there's a whole thing about with Johnny Depp, how she repped Depp and that she claimed a leak to TMZ. I don't believe she did this. You got that in misinformation because even Courtney Love seared down. Laura wouldn't do that. And there's like the fact that, Amber was proven to leak it. They had TMZ come on the stand to admit it. She was the one who was leaking. But yeah.
Are you TMZ?
No. We are Excerpt. I know.
Yeah, I don't like them either. Brittany, none of us do. They were really, really, really mean to you. Look, again, speculation, opinion theory, but you can't deny. The one thing Laura can't deny, you did not get her out of the conservatorship. You did not seem to try to get out of the conservatorship. You refused to talk about the conservatorship. And for me, your involvement with with her custody battle, the fact that she lost all her kids, whether it's Britney's fault or not is what you're trying to, I guess, put out there, which is weird. Through TMZ, your friend TMZ keeps saying that weird reasons as to why you're not repping. How would they know this? Who are they getting that from? And why would it be in your favor and not Britney's? It doesn't seem like you should be Britney's lawyer for this right now. That's just my 2 cents. And sure, we can let this distract us all and focus on this. And this doesn't make me happy by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't know what's true. I wouldn't put it past them. At the same time, maybe this is all deflection, distraction. So we don't talk about the more important issue, which is this. I mean, this is not wrong. But of course, look what Jamie Lynn's out there. Distract, like. Britney Spears is in a very vulnerable, isolated, dangerous place. I'm not going to lie. I firmly believe that. And I don't blame her for it. I don't think there's something wrong. She's just been through too much trauma, and too many people have used her and profit off of her, that it breaks my heart. And I just feel like in this case, you need someone who's not associated with anybody previously in your previous life. And I don't know who she can get that from. And it's starting to worry me, because is she unwell? Everyone's, Andy, come on, look at her. She's crazy. Look, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not here to say that. It's not my place. It shouldn't be any of our places. We've done that to Britney too long through her whole career. And that's what I feel like put her into those places where she seemingly had these breakdowns that people think. Who wouldn't? And for all this to know, this is the thing, man. To know that she lost the custody of her babies.
Gave the kids to K-Fed.
I mean, as a culture, you can't.
And now fast forward, and we know what K-Fed's done. He has just rotted their brains with their mom as a crazy person, while just living off of her money. While she's unfitney. I mean, that would make anybody go crazy. Let's keep it a buck. That would make anybody go crazy. So everybody out there, oh, Britney, why you stripping? Who? That's not the story here. Okay, she's not well. Duh. Who would be? But we don't know enough of what's going on, and we don't know what's happening. And I don't even know what's happening more. When I saw this, I was like, I don't know what to believe anymore. Why on earth would she hire her? And this is the first time I'm like, Britney's unwell because she can't make a rational decision. Because why on earth would you hire her, Britney? Or is someone doing it for her? I don't know. And who's advising her? Like, why would you bring her back? I'm sorry, there's no justification in my mind, given that everything happened. It's just too much of a risk. It's too much of a risk. Now, granted, I will say, and I've heard Laura's a very good lawyer. Like one of the best divorce lawyers in Hollywood. That's only what she does. I do believe it. But I just feel like there's too much here that makes me uncomfortable. And for everything Britney's been through, I don't understand how you can trust her. Even if this is all BS, all these accusations here, whatever, even if you try to do the conservatorship, I don't care. There's too much drama here. You need somebody else involved that's out of this picture, that didn't hire the judges, that kept the things that go. You're too involved. You're too involved, Laura, in my opinion, my feeling. And if you really care, you should be giving her to a third party that's not affected to anybody on her team, because her lawyer shouldn't be affected to anybody. Right? That's how it's supposed to work. I nominate Christopher Melcher if he wants to take the case, because I don't know. I don't want anything to do. I may have to shut up because I don't know. But like somebody like him, I feel like is outside the circle and hopefully can help her. Maybe she doesn't want to be helped. I don't know, but at least it's going to look more optically like she's talking to somebody who's not involved or connected to the problems of the past. That's why I suggest something like that. But guys, what do you think? Am I crazy? Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for all alerts. Please smash the like button. And do you think this Britney hiatus thread is onto something? Should Laura not be involved? Should Britney be looking at different? Did Britney even hire her? What's happening? I don't even know anymore. But I'm sad, man. And I hope she's okay. Britney, I love you. I hope anybody in Britney's team, please. This looks bad. Please do something. Let's give her someone safe and right.